gunshots. Pow, 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 pow. And then the door slammed underneath my balcony.
Instead of calling 911, she called two of her younger brothers, and now they are both dead. Early Saturday morning in Miami, neighbors woke up to the sound of 5 gunshots. Inside that apartment, 2 young men in their 20s were shot multiple times. Police say the shooter, her sister's boyfriend, Antoine Carter. These brothers weren't out chasing trouble. They came to check on their sister, and it turned into a deadly confrontation. When police arrived, Carter was outside and allegedly told officers, "I am the one." Both brothers did not make it. And the craziest thing about this is that despite being years apart, these brothers were born on the same day, and now they have died on the same day. A judge, Mindy Glazer, has now denied bond, and Carter is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. Do you guys think that this is a case of self-defense?
Shalom. Before I do anything, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. And with that, once again, this is Brother Samak coming at you with another lesson, Lord will. This is edifying. So as you just saw, as far as that video, someone actually sent this to me, and I'm just, I just kind of basically just shook my head, man, because it's just like one of those things. Like it said, it was a woman, and it was she had an abusive boyfriend, and the 2 brothers went, who knows, I heard probably 2 or 3 different stories, but it said the 2 brothers went to go see and visit the dude, or maybe to see her or something, and the dude already had a gun ready to shoot the 2 brothers, and he did it. So it just shows, man, like what wicked, like these women really be getting you killed, man. You know, that's why you can't really be around these women anymore, man. You know, that whole thing about, you know, back then, getting a woman, and women even back then in the 90s was in the 80s, you know, those was good. 70s, everything like that. It was good times, everything. But now we living in different times, man, where women just want to be independent, you know. And a lot of times it's too like those 2 brothers end up getting shot for a girl, you know, and it's their own sister, you know, and they didn't look too great, you know, looking like niggas and everything like that, man. So it just shows, man, these women are wicked as all hell. Dealing with the scriptures talk. Well, let me get it. Salaki, hold up. This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 23. It says, "A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord." Okay, so here it is. Look, a wicked woman is given to a wicked man, as it says. So this man being wicked, what the heck is this woman? You know, what's she doing attracting a dude, you know, that ends up shooting her brothers? What kind of thing is this, man? You know, what kind of woman is she? You know, these women try to, they go after these guys and everything like that, because they like the bad boys and they like the gangsters, the you know, all this stuff, tattoos and sagging their pants and all this stuff like that. But yet they complain and everything like that, as if, oh, there's no good men and there's no he hit me, and like we are supposed to feel sorry for you because of men that you pick. You know. Let me see something. It says a dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman will shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged as judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. Well, yeah. The point really, reason why I brought it out was 23, but it shows as well. Majority of our the women, man, especially starting with the black woman, the so-called black woman, it shows that they're wicked as all hell, man. And honestly, it shows that like the two brothers die, and then the man she was messing with is now in jail, and she's running scot-free. So who really won? She did. She's wicked as all hell. Now it's like one of those things. We don't know the story. We don't know why this guy ended up hitting her and stuff like that, or whatever happened. But it just shows, man, that again, these women, man, really begin guys in trouble, man. What's that? Let me see. This is Proverbs chapter 31. See something. Proverbs 31. Hold up. Yeah, straight to the point. Verse 3, it says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Okay? And that's just straight up, man, straight to the point, because here it is, you give it strength to a woman, and you being a Captain Save-A-Ho as well, you end up getting killed, man. You end up being destroyed. And it shows, man, that women ultimately, they bring confusion. That's why the scriptures talk about women being silent in the churches. You're not supposed to be, that's the thing too. Gotta be, like I read before, shamefaced, humble, everything like that. But yet you don't see a women like that, man. They're ghetto, loud. They're a lot. They're very selfish. They're very like just wicked, man. So it's best not to even deal with women nowadays, man, because it's just not it, man. Being in a relationship and being with a woman and everything long term, I'll say, it's just not it, man. I have a woman of my own, of course, but hey, got lucky, man. You got it now. It's not easy to find a real woman. Hey, we could talk about that. Proverbs 31 woman. Check this out. Where is it at? Proverbs 31. Dang, hold up. Here we go. Verse 10. It says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. You see? I can go and it shows you what the a virtuous woman is, and how is the woman supposed to be. Everybody, I hear women talking about, I want to be a Proverbs 31 woman. You ain't gonna be no Proverbs 31 woman. Ain't no way now in 2026. There's no way any woman, especially in America, is gonna be no Proverbs 31 woman, man. Cause our women don't even understand. Like, and I'll even say this, even on the side of the men aren't even men today. You know what I mean? And that had to do with how we were raised. We were raised as just emotional, going off your feelings, and it was just raised wrong, man. We weren't raised as men, and I could even say that for myself. The scriptures had to teach me a lot, man, about actually being a man, So it just shows that all in all, our people in a whole, man and women, are just destroyed, man. That's why we need to come back to the scriptures, come back to the Heavenly Father, man. The scriptures talk about ask for the old past. So the old past is what? The what we had in the beginning, when we had a heritage. The scriptures talk about in Jeremiah, in the I forgot where it was, but it's in Jeremiah where it says that you shall discontinue from your heritage that I gave thee. So we discontinue from the heritage. Now we're all messed up, man. You see that, women are out of order, and men aren't really men anymore. They're emotional, especially now. These YNs growing up and everything, man. There's a lot of men that are really emotional. They can't take they can't take a joke. You say something about them, you try to tell them something, and they go get all crazy and emotional. That's our people, man. We ain't even men aren't men anymore, man. It's just freaking sad, man. But going back to that though, as far as like Jake, man, being a Captain Save-A-Ho, that makes me think of the story of Samson. Samson, when he was dealing with Delilah ended up just trying to deceive him, and look at how he fell. But it just shows, man, not to show your hand when it comes to these women, man. Women aren't really supposed to be what's the word for it? Knowing a lot, man. Women aren't supposed to be knowing everything that you're doing. You gotta keep a lot of it hidden, from your woman, because at the same time, women can't handle the truth, man. You try to tell a woman about herself as well, she starts breaking down. And a lot of women, you tell her, like for instance, I'll even say this: women aren't really good at handling the truth, because they don't say their age, they don't want to tell their age, they don't want to tell their weight, they hide things with makeup, they have wigs on, and the hair that's not even their hair. They're just a bunch of just lies. They want to be told lies. That's really how you get a girl to like you and everything like that. You just keep telling her lies. They say, oh no, tell me the truth. No, man, if you tell them the truth, it's it's no point. But yeah, man. Let me see something. As far as Samson goes, I got something else. This is Proverbs chapter 25. And 24. It says, "It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. Let me get the NLT. Proverbs 25. And the NLT. Let's see what it says in NLT. It says right here. It's better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. And that's facts, man. That's true. Like you could be having, and that's a lot. You see that now where, these celebrities, these guys that, on high, the rappers and stuff, they got a lot of money, all this money, all this stuff like that. They could be living good, but their life is messed up because of this specific woman. For instance, Will Smith. We'll use Will Smith as an example. Will Smith, he has multiple Grammys, multiple what's the word for it? Awards for, the best actor and everything like that, whatever you want to call it. Has a lot of money, but his reputation and everything like that is basically destroyed because of Jalen, whatever her name is, his wife, man. Yeah, I'm not like social media like that anyway, but I know about that. It just shows as well, like, all that a wicked woman could just destroy a man's life. Everything could be going good for him, but yet this specific woman just made everything just worse. And that really hurts, man. That's why you see a lot of guys too. They end up just leaving and just giving up everything just to get away from this broad, man. Even where you go in the car, or you go play some pool, you go take a walk or something like that. You gotta be, it's bad, man. But that stuff ain't gonna be happening in the kingdom, man. Heck no. These women are gonna be in order. They're gonna learn. They're gonna know to be quiet and to shut up when the man is speaking, man. Right now on this side, it's not possible. Paul even said, "Those who have wives be as though they had none." We shouldn't be worrying about being with a woman and everything like that now, man. These aren't the times. Scriptures talk about there's a time and purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, right? There's a time and a season for these things. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26. It says, I'll read it in the KJV first and the NLT next. It says, "And I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinners shall be taken by her." And that's, man, it's true. The ones that fear the Lord, and follow and is in this is a man of the Lord. You're not gonna be dealing with that stuff, man. I seen a little bit ago too, a guy, crying and weeping and everything like that because, his woman and he misses and all this, like, it's just, it shows a lot of Jake don't have that foundation, man. When going into a relationship with a woman, you should never put a woman first, man. You should never put a woman first, and that's where Jake gets it confused. That's where the majority of Jake get it confused, because they put the woman first, and now She's the foundation, but you should know that women switch up. They're quick to what's the word for it? They'll hate you fast, man. They'll hate you fast, man. They switch up a lot. Their feelings. So that's why you can't really go off of what their feelings are and everything like that. Not script, but the elders and apostles, great millstone on down. The elders and apostles even said that, which I agree with. A woman is like a video game, you know. It's like a video game. It's like you could play with it sometimes. You ain't gaining anything though for being with this woman. You ain't gaining anything for playing a video game. You can get some some points, right, and stuff like that. But these points it's just at the end of the day, it's just a game, and you don't gain anything from this. You only lose, really. So it's just a pleasure, and that's the thing. So it says verse 26 in NLT. It says, "I discover that a seductive woman is a trap more bitter than death." It says, "Her passion is a snare, and her soft hands are chains." And that's the thing too, man. You know, here it is again. The woman that had the two brothers and ended up dying because it's crazy being around the sister and stuff. Who knows what happened? But and then the man ended up going to jail, and like I said, she is scot free, man. That's a trap for all of them. You know, never try to be no Captain Save-A-Ho, man. At all. You know, you don't know what type of demons she done conjured up, man. You know, gotta be careful. It says those who are and that's another thing too. You gotta know, you gotta know women and know how to scope out certain things, ask questions. You know, and she have parents. She got a father in her life. You know. Who does she look up to? You know, how she acts. You should know off rip before even really getting with her. When you do the court, that's what the courting thing is, man. You should know off rip what she's about before you even try to get up in that, man. You know, but again, a lot of Jake nowadays don't even think, man. Don't even think. So again, it says her passion is a snare, and her soft hands are chains. Those who are pleasing to the Most High will escape her, but sinners will be caught in her snare. Yeah, man, it's true. These things happen, man. To majority of Jake, man. But they wicked themselves, man. So really, all in all, hey, it's kind of like they deserve it. You know, not even kind of, they do deserve it. You know, so definitely, man. That's pretty much it. I don't want to make this too long. It shows you, man, that again now is not the time to be really fooling around, and I say that for myself first and foremost. To trying to mess around with these women, man, because ultimately they're just gonna lead you astray, and lead you opposite from your goal, man. The goal is to get out of here, to be with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, that makes me think of Solomon, man. Real quick, hold up, because I seen a thing too. Wait, let me see something. Come on, this is 1 Kings, chapter 11. Put this in there. Okay, cool. All right, so 11 and verse. Yes, right. Let's read into it. Yeah, verse 1. It says, "But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, with it says, daughter of Pharaoh, woman of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites. See, Edomite, man. It says Zidonites and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. It says, or clave. It says, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart, for it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord, his God, his power, as was the heart of David his father. So here it is again, man. Solomon, going after these women, especially because they themselves had a different background, That's why you got to be careful. You got to, you got to treat, nowadays you treating even our people, even our women that are even our nation as heathen, man, because the type of stuff they be doing is wicked as all hell. So really, you got to count them as the same thing, because you don't want them to be bringing you into things, man, So it's the same type of time that we got to be on, man. We don't want to be as Solomon, man. You having this woman, and everything like that. That's why, again, I said it before, I'm saying it again, as far as Paul saying that those who have wives be as though they had none, because it's just going to be a distraction, So, but yeah, that's the point. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to those who elect that are scattered abroad. And with that I say, Shalom.